But now check this out. This is you, right? And this is your idea and what your dreams, let's say, your dreams in your head. They're internal, actually. And then here is the outside world. We'll call it feelings, right? We'll make it something gay like pink. Okay? This is the outside world. Damn it. This is the outside world penetrating your mind. I feel tired. I feel lustful. I feel gluttonous. I feel greedy. I feel... Right? Because you're on your phone scrolling. Now, these thoughts of, let's go party... Shut the fuck up. What is that? That's like... Okay. Well, no. These outside thoughts, right? These feelings you have... The feelings are reacting to these outside external, like the mental plane, right? Let's say girls, okay? Your dream is to pop off, but your desire, right? Your external desire is girls, right? Something in the real world is making you feel lonely. You're like consuming media that is telling you you're a fucking loser, you're lonely, you're gonna die alone. And so you think of girls and get distracted, or it could be anything. And it's really about realizing this stuff is useless. This external stuff. Don't react to it by drinking and doing stupid shit. Just go back to your dream. You know, you look at any successful person, they just keep going back to their dream, right? You add the bricks. They're like brick layers, right? Look at that. You add the bricks and you just go up. And then you stop because you want to talk to some fucking bitch. Hey, yo, bitch. No. You've done that already. That's why you're depressed. Just keep adding bricks. Keep adding bricks. Keep adding bricks. And then one day you slip up and you do go out with a bitch and all you can think about is bricks. As she's talking, you're at the table and all you can think about is bricks and bricklaying. And then you go, well, maybe if I pipe her, this feeling's going to go away. You pipe, bang, 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 bang. I nutted. I'm sorry, babe. And then you're like bricked up. You finish that. And then you're just in bed and she's talking stupid shit. And you're back to thinking of your dreams. Now, you can go the road of staying with her, but eventually she picks up on the fact that your dreams are being substituted by her. And she goes, I actually want a guy who has dreams, chat. And chat goes, oh, but I put them on pause for you. And she goes, yeah, I don't want that. I thought I did. And the guy goes, oh. And the saddest moment here is when you go back to laying bricks after this moment, it doesn't feel good to lay bricks anymore when you're off that momentum, because you've lost identity now that she's not a part of your life, right? You've lost identity. You're kind of confused. And then you dream of the days where laying bricks was fun for you. You dream about that and you go, damn. And then over some time, over some, working on yourself, the bricks start to be fun again, right? And then your buddies say, hey, let's go to the club. And you get distracted again and again and again. What you don't realize is when this brick laying process ends, well, what you have then is you have a castle. And bitches love castles, so you're going to have 30 of them to choose from. They don't like the cold world. They want to be in the castle. They want to be with the king. So now you have a bunch of them. You understand? Sounds like you lived that. Oh man, dude, I remember 21 years old crying like this, tear down my face. I don't want anyone but my high school sweetheart. This makes so much sense to me. This is the only girl. But really, it's like fucking. What a fucking weird life it would have been if I stayed with her. I doubt I'd be doing. I doubt I would have had $1 to my name, really. And now it's kind of like living life on easy mode. Like, do you guys realize, let's say I went bankrupt. Let's say someone's like, hey, give me 280,000, you're robbed, you're bankrupt. I just go live at Panda's house and go viral podcasting. I just build it all again. You know, I've got places to stay at. Really, I'm like, my life is kind of like, I don't really have to do. You know, there's very few people who have those kind of like connects and stuff. And the internet provided that for sure, right? As evil as the internet is, when you take over it and make it your bitch, it's so nice. It's like you've tamed a fucking lion. So my chat said, not everything is about money. I don't think you understand how expensive this world is. Like, it's going to get bad for you if you have that mindset. You know, you're one tragedy away from a mental breakdown with that mindset, right? You need a castle. And really, you're not really put on earth to work that hard. You're not put on earth to work 40 years of your life to be in a small apartment. That's it. You got cheated. You understand? You got cheated. If you're working 40 years for a little apartment and a dog, then you got cheated bad. Now, if you're super happy with that life, then that's different, right? Because the most successful people want happiness too, you know. I think it was Aristotle who said happiness is the point to life. And I'm like, what a cuck way to think about it. And then I realized, wait a minute. Happiness is when you've reduced most of your suffering. That is your point. The point is to reduce your suffering, not be happy-go-lucky all the time and stuff. But that's what you're supposed. Every week, you're supposed to be cutting down suffering because new suffering is coming your way, right? And you can't handle new suffering if you have baggage dealing with old suffering, because they team up on you. Your old and the new trauma, they connect like this, ding, like a chain link. But you know, when you get rid of the old chains, the new chains are kind of like, they don't whip as hard, they don't hurt as much. And I guess that's where that analogy of clean your room comes from, you know. Jordan Peterson's like, you control this and then you control that and whatever he talks about. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, you get smacked around in life, but it's only a bad thing if you got smacked around in life for free. If you got smacked around in life, but you learned, then in a few years, you're going to be like, I'm glad that shit happened to me. I'm glad I got stomped by life. But if you're not learning, then you got smacked around for free. No, that's, dude, and it's weird. If you're an atheist, you really think your suffering is just, well, there's nothing to it. Oh, it's just suffering. But if you believe in God, you go, oh, all the suffering is lessons. And then these lessons guard my family better, my kids better, blah, blah, blah. I understand. Like, you want your kid to come up to you and ask for advice, and you give them the good shit. Because if you didn't get smacked around by life, your kid's going to look at you and go, Dad, I have a very complicated problem. You know, my girl left me this. And you're going to give him this whole, son, time heals all. Which is kind of like traumatizing for the child. But when your kid looks at you and goes, my dad got smacked around way worse, There's comfort there. He goes, oh, you know, it's not that bad. Is having cancer a lesson? Yes, it is. All illnesses that the globalists have figured out how to stop, but they don't because they want big pharma to profit. It's just a reflection. It's a mirror to society that you guys allow this to go on. You allow the elites to keep doing this to you, right? Like, you allow liberalism to, like, infect your children with every single illness. You understand? Your whole mindset should come from the fact that everyone who's built a car that runs on water got assassinated. So what do you think about cancer now? And ask yourself, how evil are humans? If they're willing to kill 60 million people in one war, pretty sure they're going to hide cures to profit. Like, this is not new. They've been doing it since the start of time. They're pretty evil. So if you've got, you know, a disease or something like that, you shouldn't be like, oh, this is God punishing me. No, this is like human on human evil. I wouldn't even call those people human, though. Those people who profit from that stuff. That's demonic. And the truth is, really, when you have good systems, you just win. You got a good family system, friend system. These are winning systems. If not, they're recharging your battery systems. It's kind of like what a wife is. Like, she just recharges your battery and then you go, you know, put more bricks down. These are like systems you want. The scary thing is, the scary thing is, don't ever convince yourself you don't want what's supposed to happen to you. Like, if you convince yourself, nah, I don't want to get married, you're going to have serious problems in life, okay? Nah, I just don't feel like getting married, John. It's not for me. I'm just going to have bitches. Like, you know you're lying to yourself, right? Like, be realistic. Be realistic on that stuff, right? And you farm enough mental buffs, marriage, good friends, good work on your dreams. These are buffs, right? These arrows are pointing up. These are mental buffs. And when you have good mental health, you don't get sick as often, they say. Even the ancients would talk about this, where your magnetic field, this is what ancients talk about. I don't know. I just read this stuff because I'm bored. They talk about this aura, this field, like that gay zodiac stuff that LA bitches talk about before they give you head. That mental field you have, right? That mental field that just is around you. When it's low and you're depressed, you get sick more often, you get colds more often. Like, just the world starts fucking with you. And it comes from, if you don't respect yourself, the world sniffs you out and they go, brutalize him, destroy him. You destroy him. And demons sense low vibrations, like on some vibes shit. I have nice vibes. But dude, if your vibrations are low, dude, the world comes after you. It's like that World War Z where they're climbing up over the zombies are climbing up over the wall in that city I'm not going to talk about. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this world is designed to penetrate you. And all you've done your whole life is watch winners, and winners are just like getting penetrated less. No, they just not really bitching about when they did get penetrated. You don't see it. They're talking about other things. You understand? Nothing is more sad than letting the world hit you. It's like, do you hate yourself? Like, why are you letting that happen? This is you, chat. You are a loser. Why? Because even people with millions of followers are rattled like Moist Critical. You understand? You're rattled like Moist. That means even at 1 million followers, you're going to be rattled and not confident. That's not good. Best thing you can do in life is mirror someone, dude. Mirror someone you want to be like. Okay, do that apprentice master thing. That's good. Do it even if you don't meet the person. You want to be like that guy, you do what he's doing. Sometimes not what he's saying, because he might be selling you something. Sometimes I think it's okay to be scammed if you're being scammed by someone you want to be like, because you spend more time in their energy, you know? So it's like the worst thing in the world is getting scammed by someone you hate. But getting scammed by someone you want to be like is not the worst thing in the world, because their thinking is still around you. And that thinking is important. And you got to know when the guy you want to be like is a loser, right? Like, for example, if you have a hero and now he's a degenerate fucking crackhead, he's not your hero anymore. You need to let go of it. You need to know when it's like, hey, I got to watch someone new. You understand? Like, delete that. Some people will make someone a hero and they'll be like their icon for life. Okay, let's say it's Mike Tyson and I'm a boxer. Should he be my icon right now that he does shrooms and licks frogs and gets high off licking frog poison? No, I know when to cut it off. Like, I know exactly when to cut off the hero energy. I know when to stop watching and stop taking it serious. But some people idolize. They're like, wow, everything Mike Tyson says has to be true. It's not good. If you're ever bored, life is coming to rape you. If you ever catch yourself being bored, bad shit is coming to you, dude. That's really bad. It's coming to brutalize you. If you ever as a man are like, I'm bored. I'm just bored. I'm bored. I'm just going to scroll through the algorithm. I'm bored. I'm just going to watch some Animal Planet because I'm bored. No, dude. If you watch Animal Planet, you got to ask yourself, this is what you do. You watch it and you go, why do cows eat all day, but a jaguar eats once a day and is in better shape? Why? Maybe I want to start fasting like a jaguar. Maybe I want to eat more meat, red meat like a jaguar. But if you're just watching, hey, nice teeth. The scariest thing you could have is a passive brain, because to be passive means to be a woman. The difference from lunar and solar is male and female. That's why it's called the sun. The sun is active and it laps the moon in an eclipse. It's active. You want to be active. You don't want to be passive. Bad things happen when you're passive. You understand? You should really see your career. Let's say career or dreams. Dreams is a better word for 2023. Check this out. Here's your dreams, okay? Dreams. Your dreams are not like this, oh wow, this is like cozy, this is so beautiful. No. Your dreams are here and they're actually being raped and murdered by the world. Here's the world, okay? Here's the people, okay? And they've got a bunch of spears, right? They've got a bunch of spears, these people. They're holding spears, okay? And you don't go to your dreams, you go to war for them. Meaning, as soon as you make your first $100,000, what really happened here? You killed one of these guys obstructing your dreams. Boom! You killed them. That's you punching the universe back. The material world is the devil. You're punching the devil at this point. Boom! 100,000. The devil's shook. And the devil's like, oh, he's building momentum. I'm just going to pick on Dunkel. Leave this guy alone. This guy's hitting hard. And the coolest part is the devil hates momentum, dude. Like, he waits for you at your worst moment. He doesn't like you going forward. He's so pathetic. He can only fuck your wife behind your back. He can only do stuff behind your back. He'll never challenge you. So you made your first 100,000. You're getting close to your dream. Boom. Now you have podcast. Let's say you want to start a podcast. You have podcast friends who have a good following, a good mindset. You want to build with them. You team up with them. Boom. You kill another one of them. Now you've hit the world twice. You've hit the universe twice. And you keep going, right? And what's sad is the dreams keep going further away from you. And they get larger, but they keep evolving. And you have no idea that this is God dangling your dreams in front of you and evolving them and making them bigger for you, just so you keep evolving. Because God knows when you stand still and stop evolving, the devil's going to rape you. And God knows if you stagnate, that's when they smell blood in the water. So that's why God evolves your dreams and makes them bigger. The closer you get, the different they look. Eventually, you might be in a completely different spot where the dream makes no sense. It's a different dream completely. You're a different person. And you look in your past and you go, holy shit. But if you ever look in your past and you go, whoa, I evolved to someone I don't like, that's terrifying. Who do you respect the most? And why? That'll tell you who you are. When you have a hard question, who do you immediately comes to your mind? Is like Kevin Samuels? Is it this guy? Is it that guy? Who is it? I say Kevin Samuels a lot because I see myself in a suit and tie telling women to shut the fuck up. I can easily see my business like that. What would Kev do? The problem is a lot of people see their dreams as like friendly. No, dude, you're at war. Your career is a war zone. There's a lot of people trying to push you. You know, even if your competition stopped trying to beat you, you'd still lose to your own mind. A man who conquers the world is respected by everyone except the dude who has conquered his own mind. We battle with ourselves. That's the truth. Every problem you've ever had is self-inflicted. Why? Because the problem might come from the external. Let's say it's a grain of sand, but it turns into a whole fucking beach when it goes through your mind. Your mind makes it so much worse. So I know you can handle a grain of sand, but you cannot handle a beach. So stop letting it become a beach. Why are you letting it become the fucking ocean, sea floor? You're letting it because your mind is weak. That's the truth. You're a weak-minded pussy bitch. You don't understand that the supercharger to your problems are your feelings. The problem ain't big. Becoming successful is not the hard part. It's staying sane doing it. So everyone falls off. It's like a weak-minded, soft soy boy bitch. You understand? I remember live when I said to this chat, guys, I'm broke. My first goal is money, so I never have to worry about this shit. I farmed the shit out of my chat. Got a bunch of money, can live anywhere, can go Colombia, I can go anywhere and live. And I just got to keep working and I can sustain it. It's not like I'm a millionaire, but you know, obviously I'm going to keep working. So now I solved the money equation, right? Very easy for me. Okay. Very easy. It was just grind. But what happened there is you grind long enough and your creativity goes down, right? Now look at your competition. They're beating you, not because they're grinding more than you. They're staying playful with their grind. If it's a chore, your competition is destroying you. It's like the fighter smiling at you, punching you, and enjoying the fight, and you're just trying to go through him. Well, it's not working if he's better than you. You need a different angle. You need to be playful with this. You need your brain to be, is it called more plastic? What's that term? So how do you control your mind? Easily. Step one, follow God. You don't see weak-minded conservatives, real conservatives. Following God is like defeating greed, lust, gluttony. It's so fucking easy, bro. There's never, all these red pill shit is so cringe. Since the dawn of time, they're like, hey, don't be a degenerate and you're going to be a winner. It's never been fucking easier. Even if you're a winner like Tory Lanez, you go in prison being a degenerate. When you follow God, good shit happens, man. It's not rocket science. You're not battling with liberalism. You're battling with greed, lust, envy. This stuff has already been written about in a million different variations. You just call it liberalism, but you have no idea that liberalism is just talking about the deadly sins, right? It's like you're maximizing the deadly sins as long as it doesn't harm your neighbor, and as long as it just harms you. You're at war with the devil. And here's the crazy thing is, you love him. When the devil harms you, your mind and body, you love him, right? He's kind of upfront sometimes too about it, where he's like, hey, that alcohol is bad for you. And you still do it. You're appeasing the devil. The devil puts this emotion in you. Hey, you're lonely, so you fucking ugly bitch. And then she tells all her friends that no hot girl will ever fuck you again. And the devil's laughing. He goes, that was the best contract you ever took. I told you you should take another contract like that. And God's looking at you like, dude, you know that gut feeling, you know you weren't supposed to fuck that ugly bitch. Why did you do that? And you're just sitting there and, well, because the devil made me feel lonely. Were you lonely? No, I wasn't. I just watched devil media. I turned the TV on and everyone had a great life, and then I felt lonely. I was watching MTV and I felt lonely. And God's like, but were you lonely, my child? And he's like, no, I wasn't lonely. That idea was incepted by the TV. So why did you do that if you weren't lonely? Well, I'm 21 years old. I wasn't lonely, but the TV made me think maybe I am, maybe I am. Well, you go off maybes? What are you, a fucking hooker? You're going through your life with maybes? No certainty? The truth is the language of God. You don't want to be certain? You look at, how can I get good advice from the internet? What self-help book do I... Self-help book? What do you need help from? I'll tell you what you need help from, bitch. Lust, greed, envy. This has already been talked about. Pride, wrath. Find out which ones you're overdosing on. And nowadays, everyone has like all of them maxed out a bit. So they're confused. They're like, well, they're all maxed out, John. What does that tell you about the world, dude? John, they're all maxed out. Change your whole fucking system for 2023. Your last systems are fucking failure systems. You cannot serve two masters. Remember, even Plato said, right? All goodness leads upwards to something. Infinite goodness is God. That's why you have such a strong justice system in your brain where you go, that guy is being treated unfairly. He shouldn't be in prison. He's innocent. You have that in your gut because there's goodness in you. But the more you divide, the more you go, I think a lot of these ancients would talk about going down the ladder. You know if you're going down the ladder, by the way. You're either descending or ascending. You're never stuck. I don't care what you say, you're never stuck. If you're going down goodness and going down to the lust, I'm just going to do what I want to do because my PP told me. Here's your PP. Make it realistic for chat. You read all of these sages' ancient texts, right? And they all talk, whether good, evil, whatever, they all talk about the same thing. Thought, meditation, prayer affect the real world. But that's pseudoscience to most people. Is it pseudoscience to you? And who taught you to think it's pseudoscience? Who convinced your ass? Hope is a waking dream. There's light at the end of the tunnel. That's 2023 for you guys. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. But the problem is, how the fuck can you see it in your mind when you're thinking of tits and ass and watching porn? How are you seeing any of your dreams that distracted with your blood flow, your life force energy going downwards? How are you seeing anything? You must be so fogged, right? War isn't the scary part. The fog of war is. You see exactly the army you're facing. You've got a game plan. But through the fog, you're terrified. You're like, there could be trillions of them. Has it ever been trillions? Has anything you've ever faced really been that bad? Or has the coping part made you so weak that it's like a medium-sized dragon, you're so afraid of it that you can't throw your spear? But you know if you were not overthinking, that dragon would be slain in one shot. Ask yourself every moment throughout the day, why am I thinking this? Who instilled this thought? Where does this thought come from? Why is it important to me? Why does it tell me about who I am? Every time you have an argument with a family member, you go, ask yourself, was it that important I win that argument? Why? Oh, it's important because I feel inferior. I'm the retard of the family, so that's why I fight the hardest to get my idea out there. I want them to, respect me. Well, why do you want to be respected? You take down the onion layers and you find out you're this insecure little bitch. And really, it takes you to such a good place where all the arguments you have, you stop doing them and go live and, get subscriptions arguing. You don't do it with your fam. The game isn't rigged so you lose. The game is rigged so you freeze and then you lose. But in life, you have two options. You either go forward or you go fast forward, motherfucker. There is no in between. There's definitely no backwards. You hang out with your high school buddies, that's no option. There's two options. And it really, if you have to choose loneliness or your high school buddies, hey, I chose loneliness. Wasn't that bad? You have to choose loneliness. If I did it, you have to. What the fuck you watch me all day for? Hell no. And what you're going to notice is those winners do go fast forward. Like they get knocked down and they go right on fucking attack number 2 for their dreams. And your dreams are being held hostage and raped by someone who doesn't even believe in them, but wants to bastardize them and make them their own to profit off your dreams. Your dreams are like a damsel and you're Super Mario. You're not even mad. You get mad at people, but not the devil. People are the fucking puppets of the devil. The fuck you gonna be mad at a COVID mask wearing puppet? If I puppeteered someone to slap you, you'd be mad at the ventriloquist puppet master. But the devil ain't real to you. You say you're based, but it's not real. You don't live in a world where the devil is real. And isn't that the exact world the devil wants? You're fighting a ghost, dude. For me, the devil's not invisible. No, sir. Not even one bit. I've seen him. I see him every day of my life, actually. I think I see the devil more than God. And he's always staying there and going, you sure you don't want to be like when you were younger, John? You sure you don't want to regress? You sure you don't want to cry today, John? No, I don't want to cry, bro. Matter of fact, I want to kill you. And every day I kill the devil and he retreats. But there's so many of them, right? They'll never send the leader. They just send their minions, right? The legions. It'll never be Lucifer at your doorstep. It'll be the legions. And I keep fucking stabbing them. And then God gives me a buff where I feel stronger. Ugh! And now I'm complaining that there's another puppet to attack. But I just got a buff from God. Every devil you beat, you get a buff. That's more steps forward in this game, right? A lot of booby traps on the way. But that's what teams are for. You have to have a good team for booby traps, right? Family unit, whatever.